and things like that. I just want to spread light on this situation because I feel as though she's taking advantage of me. She could.
You have 30 seconds.
Easy, man. Just keep doing you, bro. Stay sucker free. Stay sucker free. I mean, I hope next time I don't hear from you.
Gervonta Tank Davis and Adrien Broner have found themselves at the center of a new controversy after a private conversation between the two was made public. In a leaked discussion, Broner expressed his disapproval of Davis's decision to fight Lamont Roach, arguing that there were less challenging opponents in the division that Davis could have pursued. Instead, this revelation has sparked widespread discussion among boxing fans and critics, raising questions about Davis's strategy and choice of opponents.
Overall being something that he's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package, and honestly sometimes I think he doubts himself. But I'm a competitor and I feel like I'm the best. So I'm assured. I can be in it, and I knew that I can do better than him to win rounds, win exchanges, because he fights.
Adrien Broner, whom Gervonta Tank Davis considers an older brother figure, recently voiced his frustration over Davis's actions. Broner criticized Tank for moving down from the 135-pound lightweight division to target a fighter in the 130-pound super featherweight division, a decision that nearly backfired. During their conversation, Broner expressed his disappointment over the fight's outcome, which ended in a draw. He believed Tank was fortunate to escape with a draw, especially after a close call in the 9th round that could have easily resulted in a loss. Broner's remarks have added fuel to the ongoing debate about Davis's career choices and performance.
Hey, Jermaine, was it overcrowding? Was it the COVID?
Man, I don't know, man. Man, I just don't get it, man.
It was particularly painful for Adrien Broner to witness the situation, given how invested he has been in ensuring Gervonta Tank Davis avoids repeating his own mistakes and doesn't end up on a similar path. Broner was the one who initially discovered Tank Davis and connected him with Floyd Mayweather, recognizing the undeniable talent and potential in the young fighter. However, Broner has grown increasingly disappointed, feeling that Tank now lacks the consistency and discipline needed to fully live up to his reputation and early promise. While the conversation between Broner and Davis remained largely calm and respectful, both men didn't hesitate to express their frustration and dissatisfaction with the current state of affairs surrounding Tank's career.
Like, how many how many get out of jail free cards do you get from doing whatever you did?
The primary point of disagreement between Gervonta Tank Davis and Adrien Broner revolved around Tank's desire for a rematch with Lamont Roach. Broner, however, strongly opposed the idea, believing that a rematch would not benefit Tank and could potentially damage his reputation and undefeated boxing record. It appears that Broner has lost some of his faith in Tank Davis, and like a protective father figure, he has grown increasingly cautious and concerned about Tank's career choices. Broner has even expressed a desire for the WBA lightweight champion to retire from the sport sooner rather than later, ensuring his record remains untarnished. Having always viewed Tank as the next big star following Floyd Mayweather, Broner is now disheartened to see things heading in the opposite direction. Determined to shield Tank from further risks, Broner seems ready to pull him away from potential dangers in the boxing world.
Tank want a rematch. Do you let me know now? Do you want to fight Tank again? He said he open to do a rematch. Do you want to fight Tank
100%.
again?
It's only a matter of time. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight again. It's just whenever the fight gonna happen.
So it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Okay. They say they want it in New York again. Do you want to fight again in the Barclays Center?
I wouldn't mind, but I'd love for it to be in DC.
Okay.
While being a warrior is admirable, there are times when it's wiser to step back and stop fighting, a lesson Adrien Broner tried to impart to Gervonta Tank Davis during their conversation. Though there were minor disagreements and debates between the two, the underlying bond of brotherly love ultimately prevailed. Broner emphasized the importance of knowing when to walk away, urging Davis to consider the bigger picture and protect his legacy. Despite their differences, the respect and care they share for each other remained at the heart of their discussion.
Me and Tank, like, it's weird because he loved me to death. He know I love him to death, but we don't talk every day how we used to. Nigga, it used to be a time where you ain't see me without Tank, or you ain't see Tank without me. But what happened was, what I think what happened was, he just like, damn, bro. I feel like he look up to me so much. It's like I let him down, cause he know, cause he's somebody that really know like what I can do and how good I am. And it's like he feel like, man.
It's disheartening to see Gervonta Tank Davis, once a pound-for-pound king with a staggering 93% knockout rate and a feared presence in the lightweight division, become a subject of ridicule in the boxing world. Nearly 2 weeks after his fight with Lamont Roach Jr., debates continue to rage about the controversial moments during their bout, particularly Davis taking a knee in the 9th round. Fans are still discussing how Davis walked to his corner, had his face wiped, and returned to the fight without referee Steve Willis calling it a knockdown or penalizing him for pausing the match actions that could have warranted disqualification. Although Davis escaped with a majority draw, his reputation has taken a significant hit, with many believing the knee should have marked his first professional loss.
Counter right, nice right uppercut. Roach taking the fight to Davis. Davis high guard, wanting to explode with the left. Oh, and that right, but Davis took off some of the steam of the punch, but still, Roach leaning with right.
He took a knee.
He took a knee. What is he doing?
He forgot his. It's gotta be a knockdown.
What in the world is happening?
Took a knee. He's got to count.
You take a knee like that, that looks like a knockdown. All right?
The backlash has been brutal, with combat sports fans being particularly unforgiving. Davis has become a target of harsh criticism, as evidenced by the top comments on his Instagram post. Before the fight, caption, "See y'all tomorrow." One user joked, "The one bro took a knee," garnering over 3,000 to 100 likes. Others criticized Davis for playing around in the ring, with one fan quipping, "You took a knee and blamed it on the grease from your hair." These comments, which continue to pour in, highlight the lingering frustration over the fight's outcome.
Can you confirm, did you get your hair done 2 days before the fight?
Yeah. I ran water over it today, but I must say do it enough.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning. And you know, like, you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, you know. But I didn't really know that you can, like, get disqualified for all that. Or, like, when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But
it's unlikely Davis will live this down before his rematch with Roach Jr., which seems inevitable. Roach hasn't helped matters, using social media to throw subtle jabs at Davis. In a March 11th Instagram post, Roach reflected on their first fight, thanking his supporters and acknowledging the record-breaking crowd at the Barclays Center. He also hinted at their upcoming rematch, captioning the post, "Belt to Bumpart to OTW," alongside a photo of Davis retreating during their fight.
You heard the decision.
nobody like a draw, you know, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need what is it called? Yeah, man.
Despite Roach's efforts to appeal the draw decision, the New York State Athletic Commission ruled that the result would stand. While they acknowledged that Davis's knee should have been considered a knockdown, they upheld referee Steve Willis's decision, stating it didn't ultimately determine the fight's outcome. Roach expressed his disappointment but remained confident, stating, "Everyone knows I won the fight, and I'm satisfied with that."
In the ninth round, you know, Gervonta took a knee. Obviously, there's some controversy behind that. It wasn't ruled a knockdown by the referee. I've never seen that ever. In my years of watching watching boxing, enjoying the sport of combat sports in general. Did that moment impact your strategy for the remainder of the fight?
I'm gonna say no, and let me tell you why. The simple fact that he took the knee is it was really a boost.
The stage is now set for a highly anticipated rematch, likely to take place on June 21st in Las Vegas. according to reports from Sports Illustrated and boxing journalist Michael Woods. While Roach initially suggested July, it appears the fight could happen sooner. Las Vegas, known for hosting boxing's biggest events, is the frontrunner, though some insiders speculate a return to New York, where their first fight drew a sellout crowd.
A boost, because it's like, all right, what we doing is working. We know that he looking for something. It should have been a knockdown, one. So that's why I'm yelling at the referee, like, keep counting, like you tripping, keep counting. That's a knockdown. Because if y'all didn't notice, he started the count. He started the count.
He did.
Cut it.
And then he stopped.
Yes, he stopped.
As Davis prepares for the rematch, questions about his performance and future in the sport have emerged. Bernard Roach, Lamont's father and coach, criticized Davis during an interview with Fight Hub TV, suggesting that age and declining mobility may be catching up to the 29-year-old. He also questioned Davis's decision to switch trainers for the fight, though Calvin Ford clarified it was due to scheduling conflicts. Despite these concerns, Davis remains undefeated, but the pressure is on to prove he's still the dominant force he once was.
Can't do that. Right. So, and then it wasn't even registering or processing through my mind the other rules, to the simple fact that he could have got disqualified for having his corner come up to the ring and assist him during the round. Or
you can't come to the mat.
Do that. Or he can't turn his back on during the fight. That's cause for that's the wave it all. He took a knee and then turned around and went to the corner.
Roach Jr., meanwhile, has confidently addressed Davis's renowned punching power, stating during an appearance on Nightcap with Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson, "I've been in there with guys who can punch. It was nothing new to me." He emphasized his defensive skills and confidence, setting the stage for a thrilling rematch.
Who want to fight next?
That's what I'm talking about. That's the question right there. I want to unify at 135. Me and Shakur already talked to each other, and if he's available and we can line it up, that's what we're going to do.
Really? Wait, y'all spoke like this? Yo, let's get this popping.
For sure.
Like
you talking about if he beats Tank, he's fighting Tank again. Obviously, there's a rematch.
The big question remains, can Davis silence his critics and reclaim his status as boxing's lightweight king, or is his era of dominance slipping away? With the rematch on the horizon, fans are eager to see if Davis can reassert his dominance, or if Roach will solidify his place as a legitimate contender.
Past that, we're talking past that, because you got to give him the option and tell what he gonna do. So you talk personally to Shakur, no managers, whatever.
Yeah.
Wow,
he cool.
Okay,
so let me ask you a question. So you're now officially moving up to 35?
I mean, we gonna see. I mean, so I'm gonna be the champ at both weights.
Right.
And if there's no opportunity to unify at 35, I want to unify at 30. I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen.
It now seems almost certain that Lamont Roach Jr. will get his opportunity for revenge against Gervonta Tank Davis in a highly anticipated rematch. Their first fight, which ended in a controversial majority draw on March 1st, left fans and analysts divided, and discussions about a second bout began almost immediately. Roach Jr. even appealed to the New York State Athletic Commission to overturn the decision, arguing that the outcome was unjust. However, the commission denied his appeal, leaving the draw result intact. With this legal hurdle now behind them, the stage is set for the two fighters to settle their rivalry once and for all in the ring.
Stop the fight.
Oh, I ain't know that.
Yeah. I'm watching you. A lot of times when people hit Tank, like Ocho was saying, they retreat. But it seemed like you had a strategy. Like if he hit me, I'm gonna hit his ass back just as hard as many times as he hit me. And I don't think he expected you to return the kind of fire that you returned, because you wobbled him a couple of times.
According to a March 16th report by Chris Mannix of Sports Illustrated, the rematch between Davis and Roach could take place as early as June 21st in Las Vegas. This aligns with a March 13th post by boxing reporter Michael Woods, who also suggested June as the likely time frame for the bout. Woods further speculated on potential locations, noting that while Las Vegas is a strong contender due to its reputation as the boxing capital of the U.S., New York, where their first fight drew a record-breaking crowd, or another East Coast venue could also host the event. Both fighters have strong ties to the East Coast, making it a viable option.
It was one of the many things that we trained for. Obviously, he happy-go-lucky with his left, and it been working for his whole career. He been knocking these dudes out. So, we've been training. We've been sitting on the left, being able to working on countering, working on being able to block and come back. And we had some pretty fast guys, and then we had some pretty strong guys that I had to switch rounds with every spawn.
Las Vegas remains the favorite to host the rematch, as it has been the site of many of boxing's most iconic fights. Roach had previously mentioned July as a potential date for the rematch, but expressed hope that the fight could happen even sooner. With the bout now likely set for June, the boxing world is buzzing with anticipation. However, Davis's underwhelming performance in the first fight has raised questions about whether he is still at the peak of his abilities as he prepares for the rematch. One veteran voice in the sport has pointed out what he believes to be a critical flaw in Davis's current game, a flaw that can cost him dearly if not addressed.
Never scored you overall in your favor?
I'm happy with my performance for sure. I'm definitely happy with my performance. I'm just a little frustrated with the scorecards. I thought I should have won.
Bernard Roach, Lamont Roach Jr.'s father and coach, offered a candid assessment of Davis's performance during an interview with Fight Hub TV. He suggested that age might be catching up to the 29-year-old Davis, stating the legs aren't there as they used to be. This is a surprising take, given Davis's relatively young age and past dominance. Bernard also questioned Davis's decision to switch trainers for the fight, as longtime mentor Calvin Ford was replaced by Barry Hunter in his corner, while Ford later clarified that the change was due to scheduling conflicts and not any fallout with Davis. Bernard Roach and others remain skeptical, believing the switch may have contributed to Davis's lackluster showing.
Seeing how he react to certain stuff, I'm pretty sure he was trying to do the same thing. And he's an excellent fighter. He's undefeated for a reason. With a 90-something% knockout. I mean, it ain't that no more. But you know what I'm saying. But with a 90% knockout ratio and everything like that, it take a little thinking in there. It's a thinking man's game, especially when it's on that type of level. So that's what I went out there.
Despite the controversy, Davis remains undefeated, but his reputation has taken a hit. A rematch with Roach is reportedly in the works for June 2025, according to Boxing Kingdom. While Las Vegas is the likely venue, some insiders are pushing for a return to New York, where their first fight was a sellout success. Michael Woods, a respected boxing journalist, pointed out that both fighters are East Coast natives, making New York an appealing option. However, given Davis's star power and Las Vegas's status as the epicenter of boxing, the final decision will likely rest with Davis and his team.
I happen to be a boxing fan, that the fact that I do watch him fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really like boxing.
Are you open to immediate rematch?
In my contract, immediate rematch was signed. I signed for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight.
If Davis hopes to maintain his standing as one of boxing's elite, he will need to address the concerns raised by critics. His mobility, trainer alignment, and overall sharpness will be under intense scrutiny as he prepares for the rematch. Roach, on the other hand, is eager to prove that the first fight was no fluke and that he deserves to be recognized as a legitimate contender. With both fighters determined to assert their dominance, fans can expect an explosive showdown when they meet again.
Just in case it was a draw.
So when you got a rematch clause, how long we take it?
It's up to the A side and when they want to fight. So I'm thinking it's going to be soon. I'm hoping it's going to be soon. Let's say that.
What is soon to you? When you say soon to me, I'm thinking a month.
I'm thinking July.
I'm thinking July for sure.
The big question now is whether Davis can silence his doubters and prove he is still the same fighter who delivered devastating knockouts, such as his win over Ryan Garcia, or is his era as boxing's lightweight king beginning to fade? Heading into his fight against Roach, Davis had knocked out 28 of his 30 professional opponents, all of whom he defeated. This is why it came as a shock when Davis not only failed to knock out Roach, but also appeared to many to have lost the fight outright.
I thought I should have won a competitive fight. I think I did what I needed to do necessary to bank the rounds, and even without the...
Despite the controversy surrounding the 9th round knee and the majority draw decision, Davis retained his WBA lightweight title, known as one of the most powerful pound-for-pound punchers in the sport. Davis's reputation took a hit after the fight. Roach addressed Davis's punching power during a March 6th appearance on Nightcap with Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson, saying, "I was cautious, but the defense was there, and the confidence was through the roof. I've got a chin, let's keep it real." Roach acknowledged Davis's power, but emphasized that he was prepared for it. having faced other hard-hitting opponents in the past.
Even without the knee, that should have been a knockdown. So, you know, I don't think there's any excuse for me not to win tonight, but that's just how the cookie crumbles.